What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here with the Dragons B8 Farmable Team video. So I'm going to get this run started, and just real quickly for those of you who haven't seen the videos on this channel before, or the Farmable Team videos on this channel before, what I'm going to go over in this video is all 5 of the units, as well as how to get them, what their purpose is in the team, and replacements for them. And so that'll kind of give you a feel of the mechanics of the dungeon, as well as it'll help you know if you can already farm this dungeon, but you just need to use a specific unit that you already have. So with that being said, the first thing I want to say about this is that normally I don't use Vero in the farmable team dungeons unless it's Giants B10 or Dragons B10. I tried to do just those two, but for the most part, your Dragons B8 team is just your Giants B10 team. If, like, for sake of, like, simplicity. Because Giants B10 is water, and Dragons B8 is water, and just so happens that Giants B10 and Dragons B8 need about the same things to make it possible to run. Now, my Shannon and my Rakaja are both on really bad runes, like they're like +3 runes and +0 runes, so if they die, then that's fine, because I think these 3 right here can actually just do it by themselves. But just so you know, in case they die, yours won't be dying because you're gonna actually have runes on them, but mine might die. Now, so yeah, this is just a standard the standard Giants B10 team. Of course, this Rakaja here, people use different stuff than that. People use Amon, or they'll use Darien, or they'll use Delphoy. Whatever you use is going to work here, because basically your Giants B10 team will work in Dragons B10 if you have an AoE cleanser, which in this case is Vero. It could be Delphoy, it could be Kona, whatever. And if you have a buff stripper, which is Bella. Because some people don't run with a buff stripper or don't run with a cleanser in Giants B10. So that's why I'm making it specific that your Giants B10 team will work if you run with a stripper and a cleanser in Giants B10. But let's start getting into the units now. Vero is a Nat 5 you can get out of the Fusion Hexagram. Bernard is a natural 3. He's a Wind Griffin, and he drops into more desert. Bella Dion is the Light and Yugami, natural 3-star that has a secret dungeon. Rakaja is the Wind Yeti. He's a natural 2-star, and all natural 2-stars you can get from social summons or unknown scrolls or the magic shop or secret dungeons. So pick one of those to get him. Shannon's also a natural 2-star, so the same way as you got Rakaja, you'll get Shannon. Now getting into purposes, Vero is in there for 2 reasons really. First reason is the AoE cleanse. That's helpful because you need to cleanse, or else the dragon's going to kill you really quick, because if you have harmful effects on you and the dragon attacks, he'll do a lot of damage. So you do want to keep yourself cleansed. And the second reason is the first skill, dots. To do dragons, like in general, you're going to need to either use dot, you're going to need some kind of damage, whether it's dots or just straight damage. And so it's easier to do dots at the beginning, just because you can make someone that does dots and is tanky, whereas a nuker, it's hard to make a nuker do damage and be tanky. So that's why Vero's in here. And the reason Vero mainly is in here is because most people use him in Giants B10, so he's here in your Dragons B8 video. But if you didn't use Vero in Giants B10, if you didn't use any kind of dots or any kind of damage in Giants B10, then it's fine. Your team will probably work in this too, but if you don't have dots or if you don't have damage, then you really do need to make your team very tanky. So replacements for Vero in reality is any AoE cleanser, but if you want, hopefully it's a cleanser with some kind of damage or dots or something. Next unit is Bernard the Wind Griffin. He's in here for 2 reasons. First reason is the AoE speed buff, and the second reason is the single target attack debuff. The speed buff is really important to give your team turns, and the attack buff makes your team stay alive on the boss stage. But so if you want to replace Bernard, I'd recommend an AoE speed buffer is probably your best way to replace Bernard. Next unit is Bella, the Light and Yugami. I don't recommend you try and replace Bella, but if you do, the reason she's in the team is her third skill is going to be a heal, and it's a pretty good heal. Second skill strips the invincibility buff, which is the only you need to kill the boss, and to kill the boss you need to strip the immunity or the invincibility. And then the defense break helps on the third stage because the dragon does damage proportional to his defense. So if you want to replace Bella with a buff stripper, or a healer that also buff strips, but you need a buff stripper in this dungeon. Next unit is Rakaja, the Wind Yeti. He's just here to heal. Replacements for him is just your best healer that you have. It can be fire, it's just your best healer. And then the last unit is Shannon, the Wind Pixie, who's here for a variety of reasons. First reason is the AoE defense buff. I know she also does the attack buff, but that's not really important. The defense buff is what's important. And then the AoE slow is really helpful, and then the glancing hit on the dragon is really helpful. So if you do want to replace Shannon, I would recommend you replace her with either a stripper, like a buff stripper, or a AoE defense buffer. So basically, if you want to replace Shannon with Megan, that's going to work completely fine. But I would definitely recommend defense buffer. But so that's kind of it for this team, guys. Be sure to tell me in the comments if there's any other dungeons you're having trouble farming, and we'll try and make a video as soon as possible to help you clear it. And that's all for today, though, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.